Dawn Barr here. I'm a trainer with the Valley Solutions team, and today I'm going to talk about Transaction Desk. The very first time you go to use Transaction Desk, you need to set up your single sign-on. And that is located at AARonline.com. You must do that the very first step. Now, my screen's going to look a little different from yours because I've already set my single sign-on up. So once you do that, it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. You can access Transaction Desk through AAR Online, or you can also access it through ARMLS. Now, before we go in and actually choose a transaction to write a contract on using Transaction Desk, we're going to set up our templates. So I'm going to go into Transaction Desk through the menu, click on Transaction Desk. Now it's going to ask me to sign in. Now, once we get into Transaction Desk, you're going to see some options here on the left-hand side. I'm not going to talk about every one today, but I will touch on some of them. So the very first thing I want you to do is to log into or click on the gears and see where it says Transaction Templates. This is where you can set up your buyer template and your seller template. Now, I have a couple already there, so we'll just go ahead and set up a new one that says Buyer Template 2, only because it's another one that I have. And this is going to be on a residential purchase, and I'm going to save that. Now, you would go to Forms and add the forms that you want to add to your buyer template. I'm going to go ahead and just click on Purchase Contract. I'm not going to add every form that we may need. Okay, so that's how you do it. So you would go through and add each form that you need. Now, okay, that's saved. And also you can go into here and edit form. So let's say that you knew on every form what you were going to type. For example, earnest money, I would say to be deposited with title. Maybe this is going to be additional down payment. Conventional loan amount. I know that it's going to be personal check. Maybe there's certain things that I know with every contract, I'm going to have those options. Okay, so we're going to go up here, save. Now, I'm going to go here to dashboard, and you will be able to see your transactions and your forms. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close out of this because now we're going to do a transaction. You also need, just because of time, you should go through all of these and see what they are. I just wanted to get you started on templates, how to do a contract, and then very quickly show you how to do Authentisign. This is the very short version. And no, there are different ways to do things in Transaction Desk. That is one of the good things that, many good things that I have noticed about the program. So just pay attention to that. I may show you one way, but you may have learned or will learn another way. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's see here. Of course, I'm just choosing Home Smart Listings, and you know, I have, let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to pick one. Okay, here's one I don't want. Land! Oh no. We'll just use one that's under contract. So I'm going to choose that. Doesn't matter. Now, when I get to this screen, oh, and it's a mobile home. Okay, let's not use that one either. I just want to pick a regular single family home. Not that it would matter, but this is what I get for going into Home Smarts with all of these different um, listings. Okay, so okay, we're just going to go to this one. Now, when I get this up on the screen, see where it says Transaction Desk? I'm going to go ahead and press Transaction Desk. And one of the important things is you want to make sure you stay within the wizard. So I'm going to actually choose my buyer template 2. Now, my other buyer template, I have the agency form, I may have the HOA addendum, whatever, but you want to make sure you have all of the forms that you need. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and create. Of course, this is a little slower today. Now, I could have just went into Transaction Desk and entered all of the information manually, but this is supposed to be faster this way, and it at least puts in some of the information right from MLS into your form. Okay, so now we're in the wizard. And what you're going to do here is you're going to put the purchase price. Let's just leave it at the purchase price. And then the other option we want to fill out is deposit. That is the earnest money. The additional deposit is the amount of money that they're putting down. So we're going to say they're going to put down $87,500. Total financing is going to be $400,000. Now, I don't want to hit save and exit. I want to make sure I go to next. Now, the offer date, we're going to say today. Closing date, let's say October 22nd. Okay, now I'm going to go to next. Now, this is one important part because this is what is going to be filled in on the very last page. Now, the listing agent is here. Her information is going to pre-populate. Now, this takes whatever was entered on the listing. So here, Robert and Gina. So now we're going to go in to Monsoon. I'm going to copy their names, go back here, and we're actually going to edit this. I don't want, if I don't change this, it is going to be the only name that shows up for seller 1. Now, address, all you have to do is click on this button and it pre-populates it with the address of the property. So if you do that, obviously it'll pre-populate. So we're going to go ahead and save. Now I'm going to go ahead and add new transaction contact. So this would be for the seller 2's name. And also right here, I just click address, save, done. Now you see their names. Now we're going to create another transaction contact, and that's going to be for the buyer. Now, you must put an email here. The reason being is so then when you do Authentisign, then it will pre-populate that email address. I'm just going to put in the same address just for this purpose. So now we're going to go ahead and go next. I'm going to hit next. Now, these are other documents that I have, but none of these are going to apply. So I'm going to hit done. Now, here's my transaction with my forms. I would go into each one of these. For example, we're going to go into the purchase contract. Before I sign it, I'm going to double check all my information and make changes. Now, I would go through here and check what boxes apply, double check everything, and then I'm going to hit File, Save. Now I can go back to my dashboard, go into that transaction where I just was and see all my forms again. And if I had forms, I would go into each one and do what I just said. Now, I want to go ahead and have my buyer sign this. I could go ahead and go here and hit signing, or I can go ahead and click on it, hit sign here. Yes. Now it brings me up to this screen. Participants, I'm going to add my buyer, add. Now it shows me what documents. So it obviously has the contract here, but if I needed to add documents, I could either upload a form. So if there was an outside form, for example, the HOA addendum from that file, I could go ahead and download it and then upload it here. Or if I wanted to make sure that I added the HOA addendum or the agency, whatever, that's where I would do those forms. Then I go into design. Here, it goes ahead and pre-populates where the buyer should sign. I will say you have to be careful with this form because of the lead-based paint. Transaction desk doesn't know what year of the house or that your buyer should only sign one. So I'm going to take out the one that doesn't apply and delete it. Now, if I go down here and let's say, oh no, I forgot to add something. I can go here, hit markup, hit text, type here, and add additional verbiage, just for an example, and put it here. And now, really nice function there. And then, if there's other things that you need to add, you can do that with this. Otherwise, you have the drag and drop. So if you have to have somebody sign there, especially if the form that you're bringing in where it's not pre-populated, that's where you do this. Date, signer name. And then I would hit next. Next will go ahead and send invitations to those people that need to sign. Or let's say that I need to send a message to my buyer. You can do it there. Now I'm going to go ahead and close because obviously we don't want to send this. But that is the very short version or my short version of using Transaction Desk. Thank you.